My Hope Stars. It's been a while. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everyone is giving themselves grace. And I also hope that, in spite of what's going on in the world in so many different ways, while there are always things we can complain about, sometimes you have to really put yourself in a situation to just be grateful for what you have. Um, So I chose to come on here today because for those who don't are not familiar with me and my first time viewers, welcome first of all. A little bit of background about myself. My name is Rachel. I am from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Shout out to Philly. What up, y'all? Um, and I am a cognitive behavior therapist. I am currently a lead therapist at a women's domestic violence shelter, and I have had my own counseling practice since 2012 by the name of Hope Counseling Services, LLC. And this is my passion, and I really have a passion for people of color raising their awareness on stigmas that have been associated with counseling for decades. But I wanted to come on here real quick to talk about SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. We are actually in SAD season, and this normally roughly starts like right after Halloween or like the beginning of November, and it goes all the way to the new year. So it's depression, but it's a different kind of a depression. SAD is basically what a person experiences during the holiday time, and normally sometimes it can do with the weather too. It's cold, it gets darker early, but people need to be mindful of how they engage people during these times. For the most part, this is the holidays are a very happy time for people, but you have to be mindful that it's not that for everybody. Everybody is not in that peaceful, happy, stable, comforting place. Some people are alone. Some people have experienced losses. And when I mean losses, I don't mean just like divorce or breakup from a relationship. Like there's loss of finances because of a job. There's loss of family members. You can have a family member that got incarcerated. All of those things are things that we need to take into consideration. And I always like to talk about the sad season because I feel like as a therapist, people get that misconstrued, and they think that sad season is only during the winter months, like when it gets darker earlier, when it's colder, and that's not true. It's just simply not true. More depression, the what am I looking for, y'all? Excuse me. The percentage of people experiencing depression during the wintertime, yes, it is more prevalent, but sad season can even be in the summertime. It's not like it we I shouldn't even refer to it as sad season. I shouldn't, because it's not. They try to make it sound like it's seasonal, but it's not. Um so I just wanted to talk about that today because I feel like, you know, again, while the holidays are a loving and encouraging and warm time, it's not that's not it for everyone. And that doesn't mean that they're intentionally being a Debbie Downer. It's not intentional that they're isolating themselves. Well, that might be intentional because of the depression, but I think we take things too personal. When people are evolving or going through their stuff, the first thing we want to do is project, or well, what's wrong with them? Why they not talking to me? And it's like you have no idea of what this person is even going through. So I don't know who this message is for today, but what I want to say to you is that, be mindful of how you interact and engage with people during this season, which is what they refer to as SAD, seasonal affective disorder, or seasonal affective depression. Be mindful how you engage people because this is not a happy time for everybody. Sometimes the holidays are more painful than joyful, because you're reminded sometimes of the things that, not even sometimes, you're reminded of the people you've lost for whatever reason. You could be reminded of just, you know, you could just be in a space of life in general. Like, is this really all that this thing is about? And it can be misconstrued. So just be careful. Just be careful how you engage people, because this is not a happy time for everybody. Check on people. If that's something that you're not good with, check on your loved ones. And definitely check in with yourself. Do some self-care, do some self-reflection. You know, figure out where you could be being your own poison. But that is my spill. I thank everybody that came on alive. Hi guys, I'm sorry I'm so late. I see all of your comments. Now I see them. I'm so sorry. I was literally caught up in and what I was trying to message, I was trying to convey to y'all, that I didn't even see your hello. So hello, hello, hello. Again, during this season, please check on your loved ones. Don't take things personal. If you haven't heard from someone before you get defensive, try reaching out first and finding out and getting some clarity, because most of the time, you know, it's bigger than what we even think it is. Some people, and we got to stop with the Oedipus complexes, thinking that, everything is about us. When people are going through stuff, it's not about you. It's not about you. So just be mindful. Reach out to your loved ones during this season. Do some self-reflecting. Make sure I talk about boundaries a lot. Implement those boundaries. And live your best life, y'all. Live your best life. I'm loving on all y'all. Have a good evening. Do some self-care. Do something good for yourself in preparation for this new week. And I will talk to y'all soon. Peace out.